Hello, friends. It is time. Time for this weird concept that I came up with. It's going to be very fun, chaotic, potentially fail, but potentially a big win at the same time. Hello, welcome in. Ginger with the 36 months, the triple nerd. Oh my goodness, thank you for the 3 years of tier 2 as well. Thank you very much for the support. Valkavina, thank you so much, or Vinia, sorry, thank you so much for the 3 months, and Nixcraft for the 200 bits. So, hello, what are we doing today? This is this is going to be hilarious. So, if you do !rando, you will get links to both of the data packs we're going to be using today. We're going to be playing NeunEinser's Bingo V5.0 Pre-1 with Fasguy's Randomizer pack. So we're going to have a random item dropping from all blocks, loot chests, mobs, and activities like fishing. And we're going to attempt to get 25 items from the bingo card. It is still 116, yes. Can't really do anything about that because that's where the bingo map is based in that version. Shaylee, thank you for the 7 months. Rakuto with the 27, and BG, thank you so much for the first Prime sub here on the channel. Enjoy your emotes and your sub badge. Welcome to the Pixels. You are 1 in a million. Good afternoon, Mr. Badge Seth. Good to see you. Hope you're well, buddy. I'm going to turn the music down a touch more. I think that should be okay, though. And so the way this is going to work... Tinker, what's up with the 44 months? Thank you so much. Could I look into a JRPG called Final Fantasy? Sorry, I'm playing Pokemon right now. Haven't got any time for Final Fantasy when I'm playing Pokemon. But yeah, getting close to 4 years. Thank you so much for the 44 months, tier 2. So yeah, we're gonna be randomizing the bingo map right at the start here. So I'm gonna ask you guys for like a word or a number or something that we can use. Not yet, so don't spam in the chat yet. But I'm gonna pick something from the chat so we have a completely random seed that I've never seen before. Not for bingo itself, but for the randomizer, because once you've put the randomizer data pack in the world, say like you mine soul sand, for example, that's always going to drop the same item. So it's like with Clash of the Creators where, you know, blue orchids might give me an entire block of diamond, right? But it will always consistently give you that. So if we wanted to do multiple runs of this, there are a couple of ways this could go, because I don't know if we're going to complete a run. It requires some very specific things to happen, which we'll get into. But if we decide to do another run on the same map, all of the same items will still be all of the same random drops. So potentially you could strategize based on what you remember of the randomization from the previous round if you want to attempt another bingo card. Alternatively, we have to completely re-roll the randomizer and just install a fresh data pack every time we want to do something new. So we'll see if we even get that far, because I don't think I'm going to be able to do this within 2 hours. It's just going to be too much. Like, it's going to be a lot. So we'll see how things go. In the meantime, Stellaris, thank you so much for the 4 months. The Dude, 1469 with the 200 bits. T-Bro Fire with the 100 bits. And Square Moon with the 4 months. Thank you very much. Level 1 of the hype train is complete. I'm gonna sit here and chat with you guys now, because I don't know if we will really have the opportunity to look at the chat much once things get going, but we'll see. Just watched the new survival guide video. Thank you very much. I'm working on the next one already. We're going to do some auto smelting in Monday's episode. And yeah, by the end of this week, we will probably be going to the end and fighting the dragon, I expect. We'll see how that goes, but looking for the stronghold, gearing up for the dragon fight, all of that stuff should happen by the end of the week. We will see. And then the week after that is going to be exploring the end for end cities, elytra shulker boxes, that kind of stuff. We will see. But yeah, I'm thinking episode 50. It makes sense. Much as I've talked about trolling people and saying like we're going to do it on episode 56 or whatever, just like random unsatisfying number, we'll see how it goes. So let me show you what I've got here, because this is regular Minecraft 1.16, 1.16.5, and this is the bingo map that I've already been playing in. This is the one that we use every time we do like a Minecraft bingo run. This is the one where I have my like 21-minute bingo personal best. We're not going to be using that one though, because if I open up my .minecraft folder, I'm going to add in because I don't know what adding this data pack to the world is going to do. I'm going to add in a new bingo map. So now when I go to this is Bingo Randomizer. This is one that I've created so that we can just throw the randomizer data pack in. So I'm going to have to open up the files for this world and add the data pack in before we launch it, just to make sure nothing goes wrong with that. But I've got the folder ready for that now. And if we go to this is Fasguy's Minecraft randomizer. So I'll take you briefly through how this works, although I did mention it at the end of the last stream. So we have a drop down here where we can choose our edition of Java Minecraft. Obviously right here we're looking at 1.16 because that's really the only option. I do have a weird gamma filter on this one. I've no idea why. There we go. So we can enter our own randomization seed. It can be characters A to Z, both capital and lowercase, and numbers 0 through 9. We can randomize blocks, chests, entities, so mob drops, and gameplay, so things like fishing, hero of the village gifts, etc. We are not going to be randomizing crafting recipes because that would just be too much. Like we would not be able to do a whole lot with that because I have no idea. Like I don't know if that randomizes crafting recipes from like a pool of existing recipes, or if it randomizes things in terms of like, you know, an ink sac, 3 spider eyes, and like a couple of, you know, end stone or whatever makes it a piston, for example, and that would just be too much. So we're going to leave that switched off. All the crafting recipes are going to be the same. We're still going to be able to make sticks out of wood and all of that kind of stuff. But how we get hold of the wood in the first place is going to be very different, because randomizing blocks means that, you know, if we break leaves, we might get sugarcane. If we break sugarcane, we might get, you know, skeleton bones. If we break the grass, we might end up getting the entire loot table of underwater ruin chests, you know, that kind of stuff. So this is going to be a little bit bizarre, but we'll see how it all goes. So at this point, I would like you folks in the chat to suggest either a number or a word, or I don't think we can do phrases unless I make it just like one phrase. It's got to be fairly short. It's got to be, yeah, so preferably like 12 or 16 characters, something like that. We got some good suggestions. Huckleberry, that could be one. The word nerds, that could be a fun one. Using my name could also be good. Scones. A lot of people saying scones. You guys just hungry? Somebody saying Lord of the Rings. Been thinking a lot about Lord of the Rings. Mumbo and Grian, chaotic, banana split, mushroom broom, pancakes, fluffernutter. These are all very good suggestions, guys. Somebody said tea, but that just reminded me to drink my tea. Tea and biscuits is a good one. Mr. Badger says, Seth says plethora. I quite like plethora. There is a plethora of items in this game. So was that all lowercase, or did you put it in? You put it in with a capital. Let's give it a capital P. Plethora. Okay. So we're going to do that. We're going to hit randomize. That's going to give me a seed and a data pack, which I'm just going to download. And then I can kill my desktop capture because we will not need this anymore, in theory. Where did that go? There it is. Right. So that should be fine. And now I need to find what I just downloaded. Where did that go? Yeah, I need to go to my downloads folder. I need to copy that into the data packs for this world. Downloads. So the thing about this is that I have absolutely no guarantee that this is going to be playable. And I say that because sometimes bingo cards require you to get squid ink, right? Here is an example, squid ink. You can only get squid ink from one thing, which is by killing squids, which is entirely fine. But if only one thing in the entire game is going to drop squid ink, then I cannot be certain that we will be able to acquire it, because For example, there are going to be some things, because it's still standard bingo, so the nether doesn't exist. We might not be able to get to the end because we'll be so far out that we're not going to be able to find a stronghold. So if, like, a shulker, for example, drops a unique drop, like a Heart of the Sea, for example, if we need to get that from the bingo card, or an ink sac, this could happen to a bunch of items. The thing is, Minecraft has lots of different ways of acquiring specific items, but some of the things on the bingo card are difficult to get because they're only dropped by one thing. They're only acquired in one way. So the ideal bingo card for us is going to be something... We may as well just log into the world now because this is all set up. The ideal bingo card is going to be something which has items which you can acquire in multiple ways. So we're no longer thinking of, like, you know, what do we need to get hold of a cake, for example. Like, the cake is no longer the hardest item. The hardest item is going to be something like a spider eye, because only spiders will drop that. We can get that as dungeon loot in chests, so that's honestly not too bad. But, like, if we shear a dead bush, it's not going to give us a dead bush. If it turns out that a strider drops a dead bush, or a piglin, or something like that, then we're not going to be able to get hold of those. They do appear in other, like, loot chests and stuff, though. So that there is potential. I think this is actually quite a good card, because most of this, I think, has multiple different ways we can get hold of it. Like, for example, you can craft golden apples or you can find them. Like, spider eyes are one of the trickier ones. I feel like rabbit hide might be the hardest thing we could get here. But there are different ways of crafting or acquiring lime dye. The cake is going to be a trial, but we'll do our best. Getting one row might be enough. I mean, we'll go for as much of the card as we can clear in 2 hours, but I have to be done by 4, so we're wasting time already. I think we should just get into it. So yeah, no random selection for the bingo card this time. We're just going to go with the first card we got. And yeah, right now I can't really demonstrate the randomizer aspect of this because the bingo card has selected these items, and this all works perfectly, by the way. This is seamless because it selected these items, it's given us the correct items displayed on the bingo card. So those items themselves have not been randomized. It's the loot tables for what everything drops that has been randomized. Heart of the Sea is going to be difficult, but we will do our best. Because, in theory, something is going to have the drops for a buried treasure chest. So, in theory, we could potentially get that. And, like, so it's... I think that's probably going to be the hardest thing out of everything. Maybe the rabbit hides. We'll see. We'll see what we can do. But as of right now, my priorities for bingo are going to be completely different to what they usually would be. Because normally I'd be looking for iron. I'm going to go looking for, you know, shipwreck chests and stuff. A shipwreck chest could just have, like, some dark oak stairs in it, is the idea. So we can't really plan at any point. Luckily, we're in a spawn that has basically all of the different biomes we need around it. We've got spruce, oak and birch, jungle over there, savanna over there, and dark oak over there. So basically, we're going to start by trying to figure out what will give us wood. And it looks like grass is dropping smooth quartz stairs. Okay, so the randomizer is working fine. That was sticks and paper, which seems like village cartographer chest. Are we looking at Savannah village loot here? We've got a compass already. Okay, incredible. Yes, that's what I was hoping for. We've got a couple of empty maps as well, so we can always, you know, dial those in, take a look at where we are, probably throw them out. But we have food, and we have one compass already on the board, which is fantastic. Do we need the paper for anything else? I don't think we do. There isn't, like, fireworks on here or anything like that. But the fact that we can get sticks from this is actually really nice, because what that means is we'll have pickaxe handles for if we get, like, diamonds and whatever, but we don't have a great supply of wood yet. So I'm going to keep most of the solid blocks until I know what they drop. We get mushrooms from the ferns here. And if something doesn't drop anything right away, it's always a possibility that that thing is just, like... The example they gave was, like, the top half of a door doesn't necessarily have... We got an arrow from these spruce leaves. That's awesome. And that was an arrow of night vision. What? From what loot table? That's so confusing. Yeah, so like the top half of a door isn't necessarily going to drop a block because it's the bottom half that actually places the block in the world. Okay, we have a dragon egg. Fantastic. We can't break this because if I hit it, it disappears. So spruce wood drops the dragon egg. Does silk touch still work? I tested this because I was testing the pack out, and I got a silk touch hoe, so I broke some leaves with it, and it still dropped the same thing that those leaves would have dropped otherwise. Yeah, so some stuff is potentially not going to drop anything worthwhile. But then some stuff is potentially going to have a loot table that sometimes involves you only getting, like, nothing. Like, if I break a bunch of tall grass, this could be an Enderman loot table, right? So if I break enough tall grass, chances are that could drop an ender pearl or something like that. That seems to not be the case. But I do want to be thorough about some of this stuff because there are definitely some things that will help us along here. Okay, so that is the spider I figured out because it looks like dark oak leaves were the loot table for a spider. So that's fantastic. We could also farm that. Oh, fantastic. Okay, the dark oak wood actually drops jungle wood. The dark oak logs drop jungle wood. So we can make a crafting table. That's the most important part of all of this because obviously the crafting table, if you break it, is going to turn into something else. But the fact that we can get more wood this way is fantastic. We can make some tools. We can start breaking stone with a pickaxe to see what that drops. Because obviously if you break it with your hands, it's not going to drop anything. Oh, those are mushrooms. The random crafting recipes aren't in effect. I don't need to craft anything with mushrooms. Here we go. So now I could break these smooth quartz stairs, for example, and because I'm breaking them with a pickaxe, it would actually drop something. It drops dead coral. We break that, it drops acacia wood, sorry. So, like, in theory, the acacia wood could drop something else, but that's also a supply of wood for us. You see how this goes? Dark oak has identity problems. It seems to, yes. So the bee that's buzzing past right now, we might have to kill that just in case it drops anything useful. There's potential in that too. Another fun thing, if we end up seeing stuff like berry bushes around here, if you break the berry bush, it will drop something different. But if you right-click the berry bush, it will still drop sweet berries. So we could potentially use that as a way to farm certain items or even just get food that's guaranteed. Although right now we have a lot of bread, so we don't need to worry about that quite yet. There's going to be a ton of stuff that we can place and break. And the main thing is going to be remembering what drops what. So it looks like these mossy stone brick slabs don't actually drop anything, which is fine. Oh, that drops string. Okay, so that has something going for it, although I'm not entirely certain what. And that was what we got from just, like, dirt or grass or something. Yeah, it's just, like, regular grass entity, right. And that's got string. Okay, cool. So that might be the loot table for, like, a cat or something. Yeah, I think that's probably what it is. So thankfully we don't have to kill cats for string. Let's throw down... Let's turn this acacia into a couple of other things while we can. So we've got acacia buttons. That drops warped wood. Okay, acacia pressure plate drops orange terracotta. That drops a kelp block, which we don't need for the bingo card this time. There's polished blackstone. And so you see we're going to be cycling through some of the resources that you'd get in the nether. So if it turns out that nether blocks are... There we go, that didn't drop anything. If it turns out that nether blocks are required for some of the loot tables that we need, then that's fine. But if it turns out the... like the nether mobs are required, then we're in hot water pretty quickly. Let's try just with acacia planks as well, because this could always drop something interesting. At least the wooden stuff we can break with our hands. You know, there we go. There we go. Okay, so that was what looks like the loot table for a ruined nether portal. We got flint and steel. We got a golden apple out of that as well. So that was just basic acacia planks, right? So by doing this a couple of times, not only do we get a bunch of golden apples, we also get a bunch of armor. We can choose from what we want on some of this. Respiration, mending. We've got a sharpness 5 swords. And yeah, I think we'll go with respiration for now, just in case we need to grab a bunch of stuff from underground. I don't know, or underwater rather. Yeah, fire is going to drop stuff as well. So if we put the fire out, it actually has a loot table, which is kind of wacky. And that's going to drop some quartz slabs. Okay, okay. I'm also just looking into what we need to craft for some of this, because once we get iron, we can still do stuff like the crossbow the traditional way by just grabbing a bunch of wood and string and making a tripwire hook and crafting it that way. Okay, so that gets us dirt, and that's going to cycle us back into the stuff that dirt was giving us before. Although I don't think we really tried dirt yet, because we've just been punching grass. So that gave us... Oh, I was really hoping that was a furnace, but it's a dispenser, and we don't need that for the loot drops. Yeah, double slabs might count as like a full block. They'll have a different loot table because they're doubled up, so they might actually count as something else. Alright, white banners do not go anywhere. Okay, what does birch slab give us? That gives us yellow concrete powder, which is something we can break quickly. Okay, so that leads nowhere. Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. So I think the best thing for us to do, even though, like, we have a few iron nuggets, we could potentially get iron this way just by farming a little bit more acacia wood. Isn't a wall banner different to a standing banner? It might be, I'm not certain. I've not really looked into that. Okay, so we have a little bit more iron there. We can throw out these. We have a gold ingot as well, which we might need for something later. I'm not certain. We have enough iron that we can make an iron axe, because I honestly think having a weapon of sorts is still going to be useful, but we'll also start to chop down some of these trees, because that's going to give us some more actual wood we can use. And now the difficult part is going to be remembering what exactly dropped acacia wood, because that's how we can start to farm iron until we find something with a better loot table. Yeah, we can put the concrete powder in water to get concrete, but we'll also get concrete in a number of other ways. So, like, there's so many blocks that we can just get stuck into randomizing the drops from here and there. But there's actually going to be some stuff that is worth pursuing on its own, you know? Yeah, we could strip the logs as well. That's going to drop something different. That dropped an acacia fence. And that gave us an enchanted book, which sadly, again, we don't need for the bingo card. But that would have been really useful if it was. What gave us acacia wood before? I mean, acacia fences are one thing. That gave us a ton of obsidian. Okay. See, we can't go to the nether, so having obsidian is not really that useful to me. Yeah, we could go dig up some gravel. Although we were getting stuff from gravel before, but we can dig up stuff like sand and things as well. Yeah, gravel's not giving us anything, unfortunately. But at least we have the opportunity to dig up some more sand. That gets us more bread, stuff like that. So we'll throw out the compasses. We don't need the flint. We don't really need the flint and steel either. Where's our pickaxe gone? Might just have to go to the nether. You can't. Like, it's the nether is disabled. I'd have to go into the files and enable it in the configs. Okay, so that's dirt. Dirt gave us cracked stone bricks. Did this give us... Was it the dispensers that gave us acacia woods? That gave us banners. And banners didn't lead anywhere, but people were saying there was some stuff that was a little bit different. Okay, we got a composter from dandelions. That's good to know. That gives us some glazed terracotta. It's when you realize there's so many different items in this game. All right, we have redstone torches, so we have enough to make the activator rail once we have enough iron. That's good. And this is just giving us basic oak slabs. Okay, because there are petrified oak slabs in the code as well. Oh my goodness, right. That's the heart of the sea. That's problem solved. Incredible. Okay, so oak slabs have the datapack loot table of a buried treasure chest. That got us some diamonds. All right, that is pretty much a jackpot right there. So heart of the sea dealt with, taken care of. Now we can think about getting stuff like wooden, like a diamond pickaxe. My brain is just firing on all cylinders right now. I'm sorry. We can throw these out because we do not need them, and the food is not super necessary either. Right, we can make activator rail. That's crossed off the list. We could use make an iron hoe, or we have a hoe with mending here, which could work, I guess. We can use all of this string. I'm just picking up the enchanted book again. We can use all of this string to make wool, and then once we find something that will give us red dye, which is a number of things actually, we can use that to make the bed, so that's good. Can keep that for now. We don't need the prismarine crystals. Honestly, we could just grind that for diamonds so we have a decent set of gear. That might be the best strategy for now. So that was cornflowers to oak slabs, and then oak slabs to shipwreck loot. Right, there we go. Okay, so we have red concrete, and that gives us a white banner. White banner doesn't drop anything. But I'll remember to try and put that on a... Oh, wow, lots of TNT. Cool. Good diamonds, good diamonds. Excellent. Yeah, I'll remember to try and put that on a wall instead. And see if we end up with something different next time. Okay, let's turn a little bit more of this jungle into a diamond axe. We may as well get a diamond sword just so I can chuck all these other weapons out of my inventory. We'll need a diamond hoe as well because we'll need a lot of leaves. Hello, yes, I see you. Hello. We're still playing on easy difficulty, by the way, just because otherwise this is going to be awful and chaotic. Okay, so now we place the white banner on a wall, and it doesn't seem to drop anything else. So that's not definitive proof, but it's pretty close. Okay, we have redstone dust. We don't need that for anything right now, but we might need it for a piston later. Getting hold of slime balls is going to be difficult, but we might also get a sticky piston drop from something else, so let's not discount that. We could use tonight to do a lot more mob grinding, but then there's other stuff we can do with what we have right here. So we got a diamond hoe, make a diamond shovel as well, honestly, just to clear out some of the extra tools and things. Let's quickly make some more sticks, and we can do that. Yeah, cool. So we don't need any of that, because these tools are going to last us a long time. And we don't need this right now, because that's just going to give us more white banners, and the white banners are just going to give us nothing again. Perfect. Okay, so we're thinking now, we're cooking with gas. We've got a lot of golds, which I don't think we'll need. We need 3 buckets for the milk, and cows will still, like, milking a cow will still drop a bucket of milk. That still works. Okay, we can ignore zombie drops. That gets us some light blue concrete, which gets us cracked polished blackstone, which gets us lapis. We don't need lapis for a dye, so we can break that. End up with carpet, end up with a brewing stand, and okay, cool. So we have... Flower pots are really useful if they drop something good, because you get a lot of things which have a loot table of just a flower in a flower pot. Okay, those drop mossy stone brick walls. Alright. Let's try sugarcane. That drops sandstone slabs. Let's try lily pads and... Okay, tall seagrass drops crimson roots. Spiders drop orange concrete. Okay, we've got a couple of things there, but we'll deal with that in a second. Vines drop purple concrete, or is that magenta? Either way. Let's throw these for the moment. We'll come back to those. See, an ideal scenario here would actually be finding a village, because that could guarantee me a place to sleep. But we don't need the spider eyes. We don't need the prismarine crystals either. And if we get prismarine drops, we could turn those into sea lanterns, but we could do that anyway. I really need somewhere to stop and just grind all of this stuff and see what it makes. And zombies don't give me anything useful, so I'm kind of tired by being attacked by them already. Oh yeah, that was the cat loot table, wasn't it? What is mossy cobblestone wall? That's andesite wall. It just transforms, which is interesting. Hey, what do you drop? You could also potentially use creepers to farm drops from certain things, because they would just blow up an area of like sand or gravel or whatever, and you just get a ton of stuff. Okay, those drop grindstones. Interesting. We got warped fungus, which we can plant here, so that will give us those. Oh, we got a husk. You'll have a different loot table. at scaffolding, which we don't need, but we do need bamboo. So that's unfortunate, but the scaffolding is going to break into something else, and it's a raw cod. Excellent. Oh, one of the fun things, actually, if we make another crafting table while we're over here, we can make a bunch of buckets, and, of course, the tactical fishing loot table is not changed. So we need a cod in a bucket. We can just go and get one. As long as we can find a cod in the first place. And while we're on the way, we can see what kelp drops. The other fun thing about kelp is that different heights of kelp are going to drop different things, because the tip of a kelp plant is technically a different block to the rest of a kelp plant. And it also seems to be dropping randomized wall colors right now, which is bizarre. Yes, I can make a bed with the string. The problem is I don't have any red dye right now. I could sleep for the night if I wanted to, but I also want to see what some of these mob drops do. And that's a lot of stuff just floating on the surface of the water there. What is all of this? I get that that's probably kelp that has dropped from, like, breaking on the sea floor. But what has it dropped as a result? There's like a bunch of items here. There's, like, shovels and stuff. Like, what is that? Like, it's a lot of flower pots and crimson roots, but why are there so many tools? What is that from? That's really bizarre. Is it regular seagrass that's broken? It is. Why has regular seagrass got stone tools in it? What loot table is that? It's really bizarre. I could craft the jukebox, yes, I can do that. Yeah, I'm mostly just looking at, like, fact-finding right now. Like, what can we get to drop something unusual? Because if we go and break bamboo over there, we're not going to get bamboo out of it, presumably. We could kill a squid just to make sure that doesn't drop anything useful. That drops a red sandstone wall, okay. And keeping everything straight in your head is also quite difficult. It could be a weaponsmith chest, maybe. Okay, that doesn't drop anything good, so squid is a no-go. Alright, mycelium dirt drops dark oak logs. So again, something to potentially farm, because then the dark oak logs will also drop jungle wood, so we could use those either way. Let's briefly pop down the crimson roots, which you can't plant on mycelium, which is something I didn't realize. Cobblestone slabs. If they're a double slab, they drop mossy stone brick stairs, and they do the same as a single slab. Okay, fair enough. Okay, mossy stone brick stairs gives us mine shaft loot chest, so that's going to give us torches. We could have just got the rails from there, because they would have the right rails eventually. In theory, if we grow beetroot seeds, the crops from that are going to give us something different, so that's also kind of bizarre. That's a stray loot table from a brown mushroom. I think I already planted the red mushrooms. Oh, no, I didn't, because I don't recall getting granite slabs. Okay, interesting. Alright, jungle slabs from those. Going down another, like, rabbit hole of blocks and stuff. Okay, fine. Right, back to the crafting table. Let's take care of some of the stuff that we can make already. We're looking for something that has like a horse or a cow loot table so we can get leather, and that will make us an item frame. I'm still very happy that we got Heart of the Sea, you know. So we'll throw jungle wood in here to get a little bit more of that. We can craft the jukebox to get that out of the way. But remember, something else would also have made a jukebox for us. So, like, the jukebox drops a jukebox when you break it. So in theory, that could have come from something else. Let's do the resource blocks just to get them out of the way. Okay, block of emerald doesn't have anything as far as I can tell. And I want to save some emeralds for potentially trading with villagers, because there might be some stuff we could get from those. Gold block, we'll try that. See if that drops anything good. That drops jungle stairs. We've got terracotta here, which drops an anvil. Okay. And obviously the anvil has multiple different states. That gave us feathers, which we don't need, because we have the arrow already. Right, let's break the rest of this concrete and stuff that's in here. That gave us a bone. Wonderful. We can make a bone block out of this. We know where we can get bones nice and easily. And that drops emeralds. Okay, cool. So bone blocks are emeralds. Good to know. Let's do orange concrete. Blue concrete powder. I think we... Oh, that gave us another block of gold back. Fine. That's good. We'll keep that for now, even though I don't really need it for anything. We've got a hopper out of that. We don't have a hopper minecart on the list, so that's okay. All right. Let's change tack here. Let's make a tripwire hook so we can craft a crossbow, which should be in here somewhere. But I think I need more planks or sticks or something. Yes, there it is. Okay, cool. So we've got the crossbow. Yeah, we need red dye for something. We could make a bed in the meantime and just sleep if we need to, I guess. Looking at what else we've got around here. Cactus, if we break it, turns into nothing. Dead bushes, if we break them, turn into sand. We have renewable sand in the game as long as we can find something that drops dead bushes. That's bizarre, but okay. We haven't tried any of the acacia leaves yet. Those drop pumpkin seeds, which in theory we could grow, but then if we break a pumpkin, it's not going to turn into a jack-o'-lantern automatically. It's potentially not even going to drop a pumpkin, so... Acacia wood, acacia logs rather, get us nether warts. Nether wart blocks can get us something else. Yeah, we can try the mushroom blocks on the Mushroom Island or in the Dark Oak Forest. We'll do those in a minute. We get soul soil from that. So we could potentially, like, one of the things that I realized when I was trying this out is you can make a campfire to cook certain things if it requires, for example, like cooked rabbit. You can cook that on a campfire and it will still drop cooked rabbit. So that's useful. We have carrots, but we don't really need those. We've got black wool here, which I might as well make some shears so that we can trim this a little bit more quickly. If we place the tripwire hook that we made, that also turns into something different. That's honeycomb blocks, which don't have a preferred tool, but honeycomb blocks also get a string. Interesting. That might be cave spider then. Let's shear this. Gets us phantom membrane. Okay, so phantom loot table from you. This is an adult rabbit, yeah? So if we kill this, that drops us just dirt. All right, interesting. We've also got some sandstone down here that we could break. Like, I'm just following every potential new item at this point in case it drops us something useful, but this doesn't look like it's about to. And there are so many variants of sandstone, but we'll also get those from random loot tables from other blocks, like we've been getting the slabs and stuff already. Let's see what we get from over this way, maybe? Or we could go to the jungle. Let's go to the jungle and just shear some leaves and chop some wood and stuff and see what we get. We haven't tried ferns yet, have we? Oh no, those drop mushrooms. Okay, yeah, I remember that. So let's get this. That's andesite slabs. These are all oak leaves on the forest floor here. So we've tried those already, but the jungle leaves will be something different. So let's try these. That's crimson wood, okay. Well, once again, we have another source of wood and another source of near infinite variations of wooden items. Some of which we will have tried already, though. And the magenta concrete is being dropped by vines, which I think we've already tried. Bamboo gets us crimson fungus, not warped fungus. And we know what the dandelions get us. Yeah, okay, cool. So the problem here is obviously my inventory is getting filled up with random items, some of which I know I don't want to throw away because they contain precious things. But the other stuff is going to be a little bit more difficult to shake. That's red dye for the bed. That's an iron golem right there. Okay, good. So we will need squid ink from something because we need it for the grey dye. But the grey dye could potentially also be from something else. Although I don't think anything is going to drop grey dye, is it? That's tricky. That's difficult. We know what grindstones do already. We're looking for snowballs. We're looking for magma blocks. We're looking for whatever is going to drop spruce saplings. Interesting. All right. What did that drop? Purple terracotta. Okay. Weird, but cool. Let's hope purple terracotta gives us something fun. Okay, red tulips. Sadly, we don't need red dye anymore, but I mean, we could make suspicious stew out of that if we get the mushrooms. Because we know that the ferns drop red mushrooms, and we got something else to drop brown mushrooms earlier. You can get grey dye from a Hero of the Village award. Maybe? Maybe, I'm not certain. See if this drops anything worthwhile. Okay, oak trapdoor. We've also got sheep and chickens and stuff around here. We can kill the chickens to see if they drop anything. We can shear the sheep and they'll just give us wool, because that's not defined by a loot table, like the sheep's drops are. Did you miss harvesting giant mushroom parts? No, they're still around. We can still do that. Trying to think what got us brown mushrooms. Got dispenser. We remember this one. This leads nowhere. If we put that on the ground, it still leads nowhere. Okay, okay. More string. The oak slabs we know are buried treasure, so that's good. Oh, we got sea pickles. Great, we can make lime dye, as long as I can cook them somewhere. So getting hold of cobblestone or a furnace is going to be paramount. What do we get from these? Okay, yeah, I remember. I remember. And that was weird arrows for some reason. I think that's the Fletcher. You got it on the Mushroom Island? I mean, there's brown mushrooms over there, but I don't recall how we got them to drop. Can you bone meal cornflowers to get infinite diamonds? You can't bone meal single tall flowers in Java Edition. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work the way Bedrock does. So over here, breaking that gets us wood. That gets us... We don't need name tags, do we? Unfortunate. Mushroom stem gets us warped stem. Mushroom blocks get us nothing, it looks like. Okay, so brown mushrooms are a bust. If we break a block underneath that, it drops something other than a brown mushroom. That gives us honey blocks. I need to not put this sea pickle down anywhere. So we'll need... Yeah, try dirt path. That's not a bad idea. What does stone get us? I haven't even tried mining stone yet. Okay, that gets us diorite walls. There's iron ore down there, which we could try as well. We can throw out the cods. Honestly, we could throw out the golden apples because we're not going to need them for anything. We have everything we need to craft a piston, but not a sticky piston, except for cobblestone. We still need cobblestone. Okay, so the Mushroom Island isn't super necessary unless we want to get more mineshaft loot, which I don't think we'll need. Imagine if tropical fish dropped cobblestone or something ridiculous like that. They drop cod, which is an interesting twist. I tell you what, chat, when I tried this out for my initial test run, I had one item that I think dropped itself. So the loot tables lined up randomly to where there was an item that ended up dropping itself when I broke it. And I forget what it was. I think it was maybe one of the flowers. Yeah, I know there's pods all in the jungle. We'll get to it. We'll get to it. Got chiseled stone bricks. Whoa, they drop a lot of stuff. Is that another village loot chest? It looks like it might be. There's potatoes in it. There's apples. It's a shame we don't get spruce saplings from that, though. Oh, I got ink from the cod. Incredible. Okay, so now as long as we can get bones from whatever it was that dropped bones. We got random arrows from something. No, we're not going to get white dye from that. We can get white dye from Lily of the Valley as well. I'm so glad the cod dropped squid ink, because that's one thing that's really tough to get hold of. I left some bones near the Mushroom Island. You're right, I did. Yeah, I figured we would get them from something sooner or later anyway, because there's a lot of stuff that drops bones. Like, even fish drop bone meal rarely, you know? But I realised we'd got a lot of bones already, so that's grey dye done. That's a bingo. We got a line in 32 minutes. That's not terrible, actually. We're still going to have to do a lot of work to get stuff like the cake, because cake doesn't drop itself. If you break a cake, it doesn't drop anything. So that's potentially a little tricky. What else? The thing is, we can't do anything with the jack-o'-lantern until we actually get a carved pumpkin to drop from something. Alright, we don't need you. Because, you know, if we break a... If we shear a pumpkin, that's one thing, but you can't do that in a crafting interface, can you? At least I don't think you can. If I place redstone dust, that's going to turn into something else. What? Okay. Why's that got a bunch of iron tools in it? Is that another, like, blacksmith chest? It could be. I'm trying to think what that would be. Bread, iron, and sticks. Something from a village, I guess. Have I tried torches yet? I didn't, because they drop full dark oak wood. That's interesting. Right. Where can we go next? Probably blacksmith chest. Probably not pillagers. I feel like pillagers don't have iron tools in them. Right. So we need to find out what we get brown mushrooms from, because I think we have got them before. I just can't remember from what. And we still have to kind of defend ourselves. Cocoa beans are going to drop something. Okay, that's an oak pressure plate. Which turns into a crimson pressure plate, which turns into... Oh, we got suspicious stew. That was the front of a shipwreck. And that's a chest. Oh, a trap chest. Interesting. Ooh. And then that's given us a bunch of wheat that we can use for the cake. So we've got the wheat. Now we need sugarcane for sugar, and we need an egg, which I believe chickens will still drop. But there are also loot tables that require, that include eggs. It's weird, but there are. But I believe the chickens will still lay eggs. So if we go and find a chicken over here, chances are it might have laid one or two already. I did kill one earlier, though, so that wasn't necessarily the best thing to have done. So we don't need to worry about getting mushrooms anymore, because we have suspicious stew. I need to make a shield or something. Relying too heavily on diamond tools here. Alright, we have a chicken here, so presumably if we follow this around for long enough, it will lay one egg, and then we just need to find the sugar. We could turn hitboxes on to look for more, I suppose. I wonder what I drop if I get killed. They should have the same loot table as a zombie. Yeah, it does. Okay. Hey, you, drop an egg. Those are arrows. Okay, fair enough. Oh, egg. We have one. Great. The hitbox trick does help on occasion. So let's get that out of the hotbar, because that's not something I want to drop. So everything is now spiders, but spiders are actually just concrete? Yes. It's amazing how that works. Blue orchids. These were basically our talisman in the... there's another egg there. Those were our talisman in Clash of the Creators, because they were the ones that gave us diamond blocks when we broke them. I doubt that will be the same case here. They sure give us diamonds, though. Heck, wow, okay. What is that, then? Netherite ingots, bastion loot chest. Oh, baby. Diamond sword in there, enchanted. Fire aspect. Still, not bad, not bad. Okay, got a diamond chest plate here as well, also enchanted. Let's scroll through some of these. Gilded blackstone. Mending diamond chest plate. Incredible. And enough diamonds to make some more tools and stuff as well. Some boots if we need them. I'm not going to worry about the netherite even though it's there because, like... I mean, it would be absurd to have netherite armor in bingo though, wouldn't it? You know what, fine, we'll do it. I need to keep the redstone though, so save that for me, please. What can we throw out now? There's so much stuff that I feel like I need to use, but then I also don't have much use for. Okay, we have the redstone dust, so that's the important part. I'm just doing all of this for netherite. How ridiculous. See if we can get any more netherite ingots out of this. Okay, great. We basically have enough for like a netherite pickaxe at this point. And maybe a netherite axe or a sword or something as well. That'd be fun. When have I ever had the opportunity to finish bingo in full netherite? That was my thinking. My thinking was like, there's no way we'd get it otherwise, so we might as well do it because it's funny. Hate to put netherite on a sword that only has fire aspect, but... if I had kept the enchanted book from earlier and the anvil that I got, then maybe I could... maybe I could have done something with those. It's rare that you get to see husks on fire, isn't it? Make a netherite beacon. Something tells me I will not be doing that. Alright, where's our smithing table? Because the smithing table might drop something interesting too, so we may as well have this just for the sake of what we can do with it after that. Here's a netherite pickaxe in bingo. That's absurd. Netherite sword, netherite axe. We might as well upgrade the chest plate because it has mending. Ridiculous. Okay, cool. So we have basically the best gear in the game now. I can eat blue orchids, man. They're always OP. Don't question it. We need to get hold of sugar somehow, so we can get sugar from witch drops, or potentially, you know, if we get sugarcane, we can craft it. Nothing else drops sugar as an item, but that's okay because if we find the thing that drops the witch loot table, we can always try and farm that. You know, gold can make stuff like pressure plates as well, so we may as well try stuff like weighted pressure plates. That didn't drop anything. We'll throw out this. What can we craft right now? We need slime for the sticky piston. I don't think there's a whole lot we can get. We did have a block of regular terracotta earlier, which we could potentially make pink dye for, but again, we need a furnace, really, to craft that, unless we get it as a random drop. Okay, so yeah, a furnace is going to be useful, especially if we can turn it into a smoker after that. We'll need some buckets for later. I might as well just keep the iron on me, though, because my inventory's so full right now. Let's grind a couple more things just in case they drop anything useful. Yes, they did. Amazing. Okay, now we have leather. We can make the item frame. We've got it already, but we can make some more sticks in case we need those. Perfect. Okay, great. So what does the smithing table drop? Quartz. Interesting. Pillar quartz, jungle pressure plate, obsidian. Okay, we're back to obsidian. Well, I can break that now, I guess. Can you craft a magma block from magma cream? Oh, I could. You're right. Did we get that from the bastion loot chest? Yes, I see some. I see some. Good eyes, chat. Well done. Amazing. Okay, because yeah, crafting is the same, so that's perfect. All right, so we no longer need that. There's all this diamond stuff just like lying around. Craft a shield. Try breaking iron blocks or chains. I think we tried an iron block earlier, did we not? Maybe we didn't. I don't know. But yeah, this is the point at which, like, when you need to get something very specific, it becomes more and more annoying. Okay, those give you oak signs. D. Snowballs. Yes, we have enough snowballs. Incredible. Snow layer. Perfect. Okay, okay. Think. Hay bale. Hay bale doesn't give us anything. Could potentially be target block, but then I need more redstone. Okay, that gives a redstone torch, which I don't think led anywhere last time. Yeah, it just gives us lapis. Fair enough. Okay, okay. We tried jungle leaves. Did we ever try birch? Gonna break this for now. Can't remember where we followed this to. Oh yeah, block of lapis. Grey carpet. Brewing stand. Flower pot. There's our brown mushroom. Okay, so that's how we could have got that. We don't need it anymore because we don't need fermented spider eye or mushroom stew, but that's good to know. Redstone. Redstone from oxide daisies. Okay, so that at least we can try a couple of redstone items with that. We have more eggs over here in case we need those. Lilacs. I can't make the cake. I don't have a sugar cane or sugar. That's really what I'm after right now. Okay, that dropped salmon. Very good. Raw salmon and raw cod. So that seems like the fishing loot table. The end stone. That's not giving us anything really. Can turn that into end stone bricks, which give us full blocks of netherite. We can make a netherite beacon. Absurd, ridiculous. There's absolutely no need to do this, but we're doing it for the novelty. Have I tried breaking string? I haven't yet. No, we should put that down and try it. As long as I don't need it for anything else. In the meanwhile. Alright, let's try breaking a block of netherite at least. It's going to take forever to mine, but it's another block, right? A flower pot with an acacia tree. Acacia sapling, sorry. Well, the flower pots we know don't drop anything that valuable, at least. Unless this crafting path led us to something significant, but I don't think it did. Buttons. What did the buttons give us? Nothing. Okay, right. So those aren't really worth it. It's always good when flower pots give you something really useful. I don't think a trap chest will drop anything. Oh, it did. Okay, interesting. We've got chorus fruit. If we put down string and then break it again, that gets us rails. Alright. Well, rails might drop something different. That's another point, actually. If rails drop something different than the rails we might get from the abandoned mineshaft loot, might drop something different as well. What's iron ore drop? Furnace! Yes! Okay, this is very, very good news. Not only because it means we can farm furnaces if we need it, but also it means we can cook the glazed terracotta if we can make that. So I need to find something that drops terracotta, or at least pink terracotta. And we can also get the lime dye from the sea pickle that I've been carrying around, finally. Okay, good. Good, good, good. We can also turn that into a smoker, which means something else. Iron ore drops furnaces. Who knew? What do furnaces drop? Oh, interesting. That's we can farm spruce wood from furnaces because that's Tiger Village loot chest. Yes. Okay, incredible. So we have a furnace that we can use if we want to smelt the pink terracotta. So I've got red tulips for that. We could potentially find pink tulips somewhere, or we can find some white dye, and then we just need to get something that drops terracotta. I could get a spruce sapling that way. Yes, you're right. If it's tiger loot, then yeah, we can try and get a little bit more loot from that grind. Let's see if there's any more iron ore. We got 2 more. Okay. Okay, worth. We have raw beef. I think that's the first meat we've seen the entire playthrough. There's a lot of food in this game, so surprised some of this stuff hasn't dropped, like beetroot soup or whatever. Do I have to find all 25 items? That is the challenge right now, yes. I mean, there's a lot of potatoes, pumpkin seeds. Those could lead to cobblestone. Oh, incredible. The first cobblestone we've actually got. And sweet berries. So you could farm that, in theory. Because we could just grow more sweet berries. Okay, so that's enough to make a piston. Now we need to find slime, or we need to find whatever drops a sticky piston. But slime can be... Well, it's in like one loot table. I don't know if it would be in pandas, really. So it's yeah, one thing or another. Somebody suggested chains earlier as well. Let's try chains, iron bars, that kind of stuff. Chains drop leather. Okay, good. Good to know. We don't need that for anything right now. If it was rabbit hide, it'd be a different story, wouldn't it? Iron bars. Let's try those. If these drop anything good, because we can get loads of them. Oh, pufferfish. Not good then, but if that ends up being fishing loot... No, it is just a pufferfish loot table. Okay, fair enough. Because that could lead to a couple of different things. If we broke iron bars in a jungle, would it lead to us getting bamboo? That'd be interesting. I haven't tried iron blocks yet. We'll try iron blocks now, just for the sake of it. Okay, that just gets us stripped crimson stem. That gets us a lantern. The lantern gets us a birch sign. Birch sign gets us stripped warp stem. That gets us diorite slab. That gets us zombie drops. Okay, cool. Well, good to know. We'll throw the potatoes and the apples for now because we don't need those. We need to get more iron ore so that we can get more furnaces. Because that's potentially very worthwhile. Do I still have shears? Did I throw those out? I think I threw them out earlier with all of the ridiculous bastion loot. So let's quickly get some more shears. Let's make a bed from some of these sheep around here. Is there a nether in this bingo world? There isn't, which complicates things. Because if any of the nether mobs drop some of the things that we desperately need, then we won't be able to get them. But there is no real way of knowing, so I try not to think about it. Right, let's go back to our crafting table. Let's make a bed. We can sleep for the night. Of course, we could try fighting a couple of mobs, like if Endermen drop dead bushes or something in this, then that would be fine. But if we shear a dead bush, it drops sand, so it's no good. Let's craft a shield quickly as well, but then let's craft a bed, sleep for the night, and now we can't move that bed, so we need to do something else. But if we break this bed, it could turn into something useful, which it didn't, but fair play, I guess. Right, so we have a piston. We don't need to worry about cobblestone anymore. Is there a command for the all caps rule? Yes, don't do it. I command you not to do it. Alright, we got a blast furnace from that. And more wheat. Okay, cool. Now that we have lots of redstone dust, we could potentially make a target block out of some of this wheat in case that drops anything good. What if paintings drop something weird? Alright, target block gave us nothing. I mean, it could be an unusual loot table, but we'll see. Okay, that gave us soul soil. We've been down this route. We know what that leads to. Right. What if these... Oh, nether gold ore? I guess so. Well, worth it, I guess. Let's try fishing. Because fishing loot tables are different too. Yeah, we could do paths. Paths could be an interesting one. If fishing just gives me, like, random stuff from the Wandering Trader, we could be here for hours. But that is a way we could get a slime ball. We could potentially buy one from the Wandering Trader. If he shows up. Yeah, we haven't tried clay yet. In theory, if we find something that gets us clay balls or clay blocks, then we could also smelt those to get terracotta. Okay, fishing apparently just gives us nothing, so I guess we don't need to worry about that. Let's try a painting just in case that drops anything weird. I feel like entities typically drop themselves, though. Yeah, okay, because boats will drop themselves, so will minecarts. So that's, yeah, not something we need to worry about. Same with, like, item frames and stuff. Ladders will be different, though, because they're a block. Okay, those drop acacia wood, which drops dark oak stairs, which drop bricks. Block of iron. Alright, we know where that one goes already, because we've done that before. Yes, okay. So, yeah, I think the main thing right now is to go looking for iron in caves, which we won't be able to do much of right here, so I think we should probably move on. Yeah, there's a lot of people saying, like, kill dolphins. I've already broken an anvil, not, like, every single type of anvil, but we'll break this for the sake of it, but that's not going to give us anything worthwhile. Okay. Let's quickly take a look at clay. See if clay balls would actually drop from this. Nope, clay just gives us nothing by the looks of it. Okay. We did lily pads earlier as well. Man, I can't believe blue orchids came in clutch again. That's hilarious. Coal ore doesn't drop anything. Except XP, but that's fine, I guess. Vines just drop a bunch of magenta stuff, I think. Let's try down in here. Alright, we got some iron right there. So we need a bunch of furnaces to see if we can grind those for the spruce sapling. We may as well look further down and see if we find any other ore blocks, because if we do, those could end up going to some good places. And if not, we can just tick them off the list, as it were. We might even find a dungeon, and the dungeon loot is going to be hilarious, because it'll be like one cobblestone staircase or whatever. The bingo map does have increased number of dungeons, though, so we might run into one relatively soon. Cool. And if not, we'll just run into a bunch of iron, which we can use to get more furnaces. Honestly, crafting tables and furnaces are worth stockpiling in this run, because it's just Oh yeah, that's cows. That's definitely a cow loot table. Fair enough. We've done the blast furnace and the smoker. Yeah, the smoker we crafted. The blast furnace we got from a different block. We don't have anything else there. So let's quickly grind through a few of these furnaces and see if we get the spruce sapling. Nailed it. Good job. And honestly, the spruce sapling might be worth taking and putting down somewhere in case that gives us anything good. I can throw out the diamonds, frankly, because, you know, we don't really need them. But then the sweet berries give us cobblestone, so that's worth knowing. But honestly, like, if gold ore drops carved pumpkins or something like that, that's the most useful thing right now. Get in the lava. You'll burn anyway. What do spawners drop? Nothing. Okay, good. Black glazed terracotta is what we get from that one. Fair enough. If it was pink, that would have been incredible. We found the one dungeon that dropped pink glazed terracotta. Man, having a netherite sword in this is actually pretty good. Turns out netherite, quite a good material. Redstone ore. That's beetroot seeds. Okay, I guess. Let's go up here to the gold, and then let's make our way out. Okay, gold drops red concrete powder. Just trying to manage my inventory right now is a nightmare. We know the end stone bricks drop netherite, but that's fine. We don't need it. Red concrete powder. Oh, and that just drops straight up gold. Oh, is that the drowned loot table? Because of the rotten flesh, I guess. Okie doke. So randomized chest drops like items. Randomized items come out when broken. Maybe. Like actually breaking a chest made of wood. Yes. That could potentially do something. Because the trap chest dropped something different. So we'll test that once we're out of here. See, this is the trap chest. The trap chest gives us... It gave us something earlier. I forget what. But it didn't drop a chest, most notably. Let's pillar out of here using our netherite blocks, because we know those don't do anything. And mostly because it's really funny. Right. We're nearly out. Just got to update this water. Or just get out of here myself, I guess. I didn't quite place it high enough. I thought the water was there, but it wasn't. Okay, so now we have the spruce sapling. That's all good. There are some village chests that contain dead bushes, but I don't know which ones. I don't think it's... No, that'd be a cartographer, so that wouldn't be right. If I tried flower pots with various plants, I had flower pots earlier, but putting plants in them does change the loot table, right? So that's an interesting option. I don't really have a great way of getting hold of flower pots other than just grinding for whatever it is that dropped them in the first place. So we're back here again, I guess. What can we really do with any of this? Oh, we were going to place the spruce saplings, weren't we? We're going to try that. That gets us that quartz, that smooth quartz. So we might as well try a few of those. Dragon heads! Oh, wonderful. Guess we're going to wear this for the remainder of the run then. What do they drop? Brick slabs. Cool. Yeah, I think somebody in Clash of the Creators got the dragon head during our run. That was hilarious. Dark prismarine, my favorite. Oh, I need to do path blocks as well. All right, that dropped wool. Dark prismarine into purple. Not exactly a glow up. Stripped oak. Crimson stairs. There's our dead bush. Amazing. All right. So if we put this in here and we break that, that turns into something different. That's a Bastion Hoglin Stables loot chest. Wild. So in the meantime, we could try this. That got us a spruce sapling. If only we had tried that earlier. Well, excellent suggestion from the chat. I appreciate that immensely. What did we get bones from? Was it the mushroom stem? I'm just thinking about making some pink dye right now while I still have a red tulip in my inventory. Could keep a smooth stone slab to make an armor stand. Armor stands wouldn't drop anything because they're entities like boats. They would just drop themselves, I believe. I mean, we could try it, but I think I'm right about that. The regular brown mushroom, not the blocks, but the mushroom itself. Okay. We don't have any more of those on that island, so I'm gonna have to go looking. That was when we tried the bone block, wasn't it? You don't get them in jungles, do you? Because they generate on Podzol, but mainly in the taiga biomes. Is the bed still there? Did I break the bed? I think I did, right? I did. Unfortunate, but we could always shear some more sheep. We haven't tried breaking stuff like snow layers yet. Shearing grass isn't going to do anything different. Like, shearing silk touch, all of the stuff that gets you, like, a different block, in this gets you the same block. Let me throw sticks on the ground. Oh, emerald's fine. Whatever. Skeletons are still a really bad shot in this game mode, because we're on easy. There we go. Hit me eventually. Well, I'm not sure what I'm looking at right now, but I think it's my own feet. There we go. You'll burn in the sun if I tell you to. I think I've tried breaking white wool already, same with emerald block. I'm saving the emeralds just in case a wandering trader shows up and I can buy slime balls. But I don't know if his trades are going to be randomized as well, so we'll see. Have I tried fishing? I have. It didn't get us anything. Like, white wool gets us, yeah, stone brick slab, which gets us a nether brick fence, which gets us warped warp block, which gets us more redstone, which is nice, but I can make a redstone block now because we don't need the redstone for anything else, and we haven't tried that yet. Brown wool, okay. Redstone lamp. Redstone lamp doesn't drop anything. Yeah, we did scaffolds. We did scaffold already. I still need bamboo from somewhere, not here, because we won't get it from there. Trying to think what else we haven't done yet. So we need to go and find a brown mushroom if we're going to get bones from that for the pink dye. Stone gets us diorite walls, which don't lead anywhere, I don't believe. Oh, that leads to the cow loot table, I remember. Yeah, jungle leaves up here. That gets us crimson wood, magenta from the vines. I didn't see any melons in this jungle either, right? Haven't seen melons at all. The cocoa beans got us, yeah, pressure plates, something not worthwhile. Yeah, no mushrooms in here to my knowledge. Got a couple of other flowers. Slabs, that's walls. Oh yeah, this was how we went down the netherite rabbit hole for a second there. Yeah, we've broken Podzol already, I think. And the path led to something else. Well, I don't recall if we broke this grey wool at any point. Okay, that doesn't give us anything. Fine. What does bamboo break into? I can't remember, but it wasn't worth it. Alright, we get red mushrooms from that. See, the sweet berries. Is that a luck arrow? Oh, it's jump boost. Okay, fair enough. I was like, Don't recall it being that green. I think this is Fletcher Hero of the Village drops. Is probably what that is. Incredible. But yeah, if we right-click on those, we get sweet berries. And then if we break the bushes, we get cobblestone. So that would be a really useful thing. If we ended up doing like a second run on the same randomizer. What do pigs end up dropping? Dark oak sapling and a flower pot. Alright, that didn't drop anything. This one gave us a acacia biome loot chest. No, we don't need dead bush anymore, so that wouldn't be super useful either. Okay, quest for what gives us bamboo, I think. Flower forest could be useful if it's got anything different in there. Oh, it's a village over there. I wonder if they'll have anything good. Because we could get a carved pumpkin from something. We could just get a jack-o'-lantern from a random drop. I don't recall if they have any in their chests, if it's one of those villages. Okay, tulips give us dirt. Is that regardless of what color of tulip it is? Because these are all pink. Lily of the Valley gets us nether brick walls. Which don't go anywhere. Okay. Orange tulips give us poppies. Which don't go anywhere. Azure bluets give us leather. So that's probably, I want to say, horse loot table. We know about those already. Peonies give us smithing tables. Nice. And alliums drop granite walls. Granite walls drop wheat seeds. We know about red tulips already. I haven't seen any orange tulips. Oh, what does a beehive drop? Other than angry bees. Bees drop sticks. Okay, good to know. Beehive drops mossy cobblestone. Mossy cobblestone drops a pink tulip, and we're back to square one. White tulips drop gunpowder, so that's a creeper loot table. Fun times. The bees are witches. I haven't broken farmland yet. Do you think farmland drops anything different? Apparently it does. Alright, and the yellow banner leads nowhere. Fine, fine, good to know. Oh yeah, that's our very lucrative oak slabs, huh? Don't need anything from the desert over there. Let's go see the village, because I think the village might have potentially the best loot so far. We'll plant the seeds. Yeah, wheat is going to turn into something different as well. Warm oceans are also a really interesting opportunity because they have so much like coral and stuff that we can break. So we'll get to those in a minute. I think warm oceans are one of those things that I would avoid if I knew I could get stuff from somewhere else, because it's very difficult to know what you're breaking and keep track of all of that stuff. I know right now we're just kind of scrounging for items wherever we can, but we still haven't broken lapis ore, diamond ore. Obviously there's some stuff like ancient debris that we'll never be able to manage. What does a pumpkin get us? I mean, it's still an orange item, so fair play, I guess. Alright, that's drowned ruin, loot chest, buried treasure map, but that could lead to something that we don't actually want. Let's pray that a carved pumpkin would give us a carved pumpkin. Of course it doesn't. There is no way of breaking stuff that doesn't involve its loot table. So, like, I can't break this jack-o'-lantern with a piston or something and have it still drop. Like, even if a creeper blew it up, it would still end up being, like, the loot table that it drops when we break it. Oh, blaze rods. Interesting. Can't really do anything with those, though. We've already broken a brewing stand. There is the potential for villager loot tables to be kind of ridiculous, but I don't want to go there quite yet. Would rather not have to just go around killing other mobs for the sake of it. Orange terracotta. Really wish that was regular terracotta, because that would make my life so much easier. I believe we did get regular terracotta some way earlier, but I do not recall how we did it. Get lime concrete powder, and that leads to nothing. Oh yeah, that gave us the dragon egg earlier, didn't it? Doors drop cracked nether brick. There's a block you don't see very often. Alright, that gives us dirt as well. This is all spruce. Here's some planted wheat, which can potentially give us something interesting. Oh, regular pumpkin. And we can't do this to carve it. Man, I wish you could make jack-o'-lanterns out of regular pumpkins. So close, but yet so far. So that's purple from regular wheat. Yeah, okay, that's all purple slabs. That's pink concrete from potatoes. Let's move that. Okay, I think we've done this nether brick stairs path before, but let's try it just in case. Azure bluet in a flower pot. Gold ore! Incredible. But we know where that leads to, so that's fine. That leads nowhere. This is a cobblestone farm right here. And the campfire is going to drop something different, which is gravel. Okay, okay. And yeah, we can turn this into a carved pumpkin, but it's just going to drop leather, so that's unfortunate. Right, we're kind of back to square one, really, aren't we? We could sleep here. That would be a good thing to start. There's stuff like cobblestone walls that, yeah, like maybe we've not broken before, but I think we've broken most of it. There's a fletching table. There's jungle planks in here. We break that, it gets us a crimson slab. That gets us a light blue banner. There's jungle saplings in that. Well, that's an interesting prospect. But that leads to nothing. And mossy cobblestone gets us flowers. Sandstone stairs in a chest. Court, welcome in. Thank you for the 100 bits. We had a bunch of resubs from other people earlier as well, which I may as well get to now because it's not like we're really on a strict timer here. Captain Chris versus, thanks so much for the 3 months. Sheamus with the 10 months. Just Pick Something Good with the 11. Elf with the 13. Happy Nerdy and Knitting with the 4 months. Light Slab with the 12. Hope everyone spammed the word nerd in the chat. Thank you so much for the year of support. Enjoy your nerd sub badge. Welcome to the Nerd Herd. Hamp with the 13. Hurricane Mel with the 2 months. Sprocket with the 9 months. Lady Silvertime with the 14. Fluttering Unicorn, thank you for 16 months of Prime sub. And we're all caught up. This is Magenta Wool leading to Stripped Jungle. Stripped Jungle leads nowhere. So I don't want to start that crafting grind of like, let's turn everything into a banner, a button, various other things, but we will probably end up doing that sooner rather than later. Let's look for a warm ocean with a coral reef, though. Because the sooner we can get one of those, the sooner we can knock off all of the coral blocks from our list. And I never broke a sea pickle either, so if I see one of those, we will probably take care of that as well. But yeah, that village, unfortunately, isn't going to provide a whole lot for us. Although if we wanted to, we could stick around here and see if the Wandering Trader shows up if we hang out near the village bell, because apparently they spawn there quite frequently. But, oh, ice. There's a range of blocks we haven't tried. Have I killed a squid? Yes. Cod drop ink sacs, so that's how we were able to get the grey dye done earlier. The various fish didn't really drop anything good. aside from that. And squid, I think, dropped, like, salmon or something silly like that. What would happen if you made a snow golem and took their head? Good question. The thing is, I need a carved pumpkin to make a snow golem in the first place. And we got... Although, I guess we could shear the pumpkin from the snow golem. That's an interesting strat. That's an interesting strat. We will explore that later. We have more furnaces from the iron ore, which is great. Because I'm pretty sure something broke down into snow earlier. Because snow layers don't give us anything, it looks like. I really wish I could remember what broke down into snow. But it was something I could break quite easily. Hello, it's a freebie. Alright, we got more. Okay, every dungeon chest is black glazed terracotta. Okay, lesson learned. What on earth? Okay, so that's... Prismarine shards, smooth quartz. I guess we could make sea lanterns out of those. See if sea lanterns make anything interesting. Let's throw the spruce saplings for now. That's a wither rose. Never mind. Yellow terracotta. Nothing. White terracotta. If only it was pink. If only it was pink. Okay, that's a dispenser. There's a jukebox. We could have got that one for free. At least we get to break it and see what it drops. Oh, it drops a load of loot, actually. That's quite good. A loot box jukebox. We need more prismarine shards if we're going to make a sea lantern. Or crystals, rather. Is that enough for a sea lantern? Is that going to get us a sea lantern? We need 5 crystals for shards. Is that the way it works? I haven't made them for a while. Let's try the sea lantern just in case. I mean, it dropped something. Oh, interesting. Gave us some gold and stuff. We got some iron armor for the first time. Block of quartz drops us some more string. Okay, good. I think it's an Elder Guardian. Elder Guardians don't drop quartz, though. Have I found white wool? I have. I can craft it pretty easily, too. So regular chest drops cocoa beans, which you do actually need to get on some bingo cards, so that would be really useful if we did. But we don't, sadly. Yeah, I don't recall what exactly dropped snowballs. And weirdly, stone slabs give us netherrack. Netherrack drops wither roses. That's wild. Dispenser drop white banner or light grey banner. Oak signs made snowballs. I don't have any oak wood to really give it a try. I don't recall anything that's dropped oak logs or anything either, which is unfortunate. I know we get oak slabs from some things. Let's go break some of the ice over here, and there's snow blocks up there as well, so potentially, actually, we got a pumpkin from something back there in the spruce village. So potentially we could make a snow golem up there, shear it for its head, and see if that works. Break a barrel? A barrel would be a good call. There's blue ice here as well. Gives us andesite stairs, diorite slabs. Okay, fair enough. Just more assorted stone junk. I'm not sure if these are like the only way we can get some of these. Obviously we could craft them, but just in case one of them drops like pink terracotta on the off chance, we might as well give it a look. Different coral blocks. And those don't go anywhere. What about the andesite stairs? Okay, that's a different type of terracotta. Only a couple of colors over from what we actually need. And that's more stuff in flower pots. Okay. Alright, that drops us another random loot chest. Should craft a boat. I could put a wither rose in a pot. Yeah, I could do that. It's so funny how little time you spend in caves when there's only like 4 or 5 different blocks you can acquire from caves, and they're all just going to drop something different this time. Because we got pumpkins from up here somewhere. And in theory we could place a pumpkin on some of the snow. Shear it to make a snow golem. Shear the snow golem to get a carved pumpkin. If it drops one. Let's see, how do we get a pumpkin from up here? What did we do? Pumpkins from wheat. That sounds about right. Or was it potatoes? It was something from around here. Orange carpets. Did we put this in a flower pot then? And that gave us gold ore, so it's not that. Cracked nether bricks. We got those from inside a house, didn't we? Was it a bed that we broke? No, this doesn't go anywhere. I don't remember this going anywhere at all. And lime concrete powder breaks. Yeah, okay. A door? The spruce door? Crack nether bricks. Pumpkin, perfect. Thank you, chat. Alright, let's head back to that ice biome and let's see what we can do here. We still haven't found sugar, which means we haven't found sugarcane or the witch loot table dropping anywhere. But there's a lot we can do in a warm ocean as long as it's got coral, which this one doesn't. So we need to be heading this way towards the icebergs. We need to find an area like over here that's got the snow blocks generating in full. You can't shear the pumpkins and pick them up again to get a carved pumpkin. No, but if you get a snow golem, we'll see what we can do here. Now, I don't know about the spawning conditions of a snow golem. Bamboo! Snow drops bamboo! Oh, incredible. Even if the snow golem thing doesn't work, we've got another item off the list instantly. I need to make sure that all of the blocks around are free, just in case something wouldn't work out with that. But if we shear... Yes! And it's a carved one. Oh, incredible. The iceberg comes through. Jack-o'-lantern. Right, now we need... We need pink. We need pink dye, which means we just need to find a bone or a lily of the valley or something. Yeah, that was some absolutely clutch thinking by chat. Well done, well done. I mean, polar bear could drop rabbit hide for all I know. I might as well go and kill one. In Clash of the Creators, the different types of sheep, like different colors of sheep, drop different stuff as well. So there's a possibility there. I'm not going to try and do an ocean monument. Imagine if it dropped slime balls. I mean, right? String. Okay, fair enough. A lot of stuff drops string. Have I broken blue ice? Yes. We did just break some blue ice. It gave me like a diorite slab or an andesite stair. I forget which, but... There we go, Dolphin's Grace. I have Depth Strider, so I'm not moving super fast, but it'll be a little bit faster than swimming. I think I killed a turtle earlier. I don't forget. I don't recall what a turtle dropped. I guess the snow golem we could try killing, because that might drop something else. A mossy cobblestone wall. We tried that. And the other thing is a bamboo shoot works differently to a bamboo block, so potentially if we break this, it has a different loot table. Okay, that's chiseled quartz. More string. Okay, wow. Everything drops string in this. They really want me to make wool, I guess. Yeah, so we have eggs, wheat. We have the buckets to get milk from cows, and milk from cows will drop. We don't have any sugar, and the sugarcane does not drop sugarcane. What if Enderman or something drops sugarcane? Yeah, these just give me, like, sandstone. Which doesn't go anywhere except rotten flesh, apparently, so... Alright, you. What do you drop? Okay, you can walk on ice. Good to know. You're gonna have a great time over here, though. So I'm gonna kill it with an axe, because I really hate using fire aspect on Enderman. They just end up teleporting around everywhere, and it's the worst. You okay there, bud? Sticky piston! Okay, okay. That was the most, like, that was the most ridiculous thing that Enderman could have dropped. After all the work we did putting together a regular piston, it drops a sticky piston when I kill it. Oh my goodness. Oh, that was wicked. Alright, where do we need to go now? I've completely lost the plot. There's another Enderman. But they're just going to drop sticky pistons every time, so it's not like he's just going to drop, like, my dream block every single time. Let's kill a stray and see if that drops anything fun. Okay, birchwood. Stripped birchwood. Good to know. Now, if we break the sand below the sugarcane, it should still drop whatever the sugarcane drops in this pack. It's not going to, do anything worthwhile. At least I don't think it does. Because it still uses the loot table to determine whether or not the sugarcane drops anything, right? Like, it works slightly differently the way, see? Like, nothing. It just gives us sandstone slabs or whatever. You can get sand by breaking sand on a torch, but you can't get sugarcane by just breaking the block underneath it. The thing I'm dreading is if it turns out, like, guardians drop sugarcane or something like that. We might need to go back to square one and try and figure out what makes terracotta for the terracotta thing to work. Let's drop some of this stuff, though, because, like, carrying around full gold blocks, especially when they don't really make anything useful, is like, why are we doing this to ourselves? We've got warped signs. Okay, those drop ridiculous amounts of stuff, including bones, so that's going to get us our pink dye for the terracotta once we have it. Don't need pumpkin seeds. We haven't seen melons in action, so maybe we could go for that. I mean, sure, why not? But yeah, blocks of gold. If we get jungle stairs from those and they drop. Like, we could potentially get some bone meal and grow some melons here. Need to figure out a good place to grow them, though. This isn't ideal. We'll get mining fatigue if we stand around this monument for too long. Let's try growing them here. Hey, we've got an advancement. Alright, that looks fully grown. And I just broke it. But that's fine, we have another one. Oak button. Gets us stripped spruce log. Which gets us another white dye in a flower pot. So the jungle stairs were what we just broke for that, like, ridiculous... Oh no, they gave us sea pickles this time. What? What did I break just now that gave me a ton of loot? Would a chicken still lay an egg? It does, yes. Deep slate isn't a thing, Wacky Joe. We're on 116, so there is no deep slate in this. Okay. What did we get prismarine slabs from? Was that creepers? Because that just dropped terracotta. So I think if we kill some creepers, we get more terracotta that way. And we have furnaces, so I can make the... I need to find a creeper and test this. Well, shame creeper spawners aren't in the game, he says, non-ironically. More black glazed. Good. So that still works consistently. Oh, was it warped sign was the thing that dropped a bunch of like bone meal and stuff. It's going to come down to rabbit hide, as it always does. Bingo has to come down to rabbit hide. It's like the law. Break the black glazed terracotta. I mean, we could do that, yeah. That's honestly not a bad suggestion. Let's quickly make a crafting table out of some of this. Like, rabbit hide is one of those things where, like, only rabbits will drop it. So, unless, like, leather worker, hero of the village loot table comes up. This must be woodland mansion loot chest, because it's got chainmail, records, and golden hose in it. That's hilarious. Let's throw these. Don't need the gunpowder. Placing redstone dust gave us something, but I don't recall if it was worth it. Oh yeah, it was weird tools and stuff. So yeah, now we have a superfluous diamond hoe. Bunch of rotten flesh, name tags. We've got so much string. Don't need the golden apple. Okay, that didn't give us any more bones or bone meal, so that's kind of annoying that we just have to leave that melon there to grow. Anyway, we might find melons elsewhere through jungle searches and stuff, so let's go find some creepers. Let's go down a cave somewhere convenient and see if there's creepers spawning. Don't think it's going to be down there. Well, I would do a world tour for my 50th episode. There is no world to tour. I've been to like 3 places. Like, I don't make videos. I don't build stuff in my videos, and I make like videos on a daily basis so that like we make very little progress per episode because we're covering basically everything that I do. So there is no point in doing a world tour for episode 50. It'll be like, this is my house, this is my storage area, that's basically it. Did I break the TNT I got at the start? I didn't know, I should have. But then we know how we got that, so we could always return to it later. Turns out none of this leads to a cave system. Yeah, we'll see if there are any melons in this jungle. That'll save us time growing the melons ourselves. Just watch the last episode. I basically gave a world tour, more or less, yeah. Hey, I wonder what's in the shipwreck loot chest. Genuinely curious, actually. If it's rabbit hide, then worth it. We'll take a look in a second. Once we've broken these melons. Lapis. Just lapis? Yeah, that's lapis ore drops, basically. Okay, let's check the shipwreck then. I've got respiration, so this shouldn't be too bad. Actually, I had respiration. I don't have it anymore. So this could be worse. Okay, well, at least we can get in here. Jungle log. Alright, could be worse. Nothing in that one. And this one's blocked off. Alright, let's go to the surface. See if we get anything interesting from this one. I'm not holding my breath, except I literally am, but outside of that... Oh, stand up, there we go. Hopping up and down like a mad lad, and... Raw mutton. Okay, so sheep loot table. Good. Okay, no worries then. We need to find more creepers still. That's an objective we can fulfill. And then we need to track down rabbit hide somehow. And we're still on the lookout for which loot table or sugarcane. Thing is, I don't think there's any other ways we can get sugarcane. Like, does it appear in loot chests all that often? I doubt it. Okay, that's acacia tree. We've tried acacia saplings before, I believe. And that's cocoa beans. Yes, I remember. What about food in shipwreck chests? Nope. Didn't have anything. Yeah, we tried jungle leaves already. We've tried all the different leaves now. Those, if you turn them into endstone bricks, give you full blocks of netherite. These give us the Fletcher's Hero of the Village loot drops. Ferns here don't give us anything useful. I've tried placing and breaking the mushrooms as well. Sugar, does it appear in loot shipwrecks? No, I don't believe sugarcane does. And sugar is like a powder drop, doesn't either. I'm pretty certain. And even if it does, then... yeah, we have to find whatever drops that, which I don't think we have yet. Although I did get suspicious stew earlier. So maybe we have already, but again, I forget what dropped that, because it was ages ago. We know coal ore doesn't drop anything. Fire doesn't drop anything worthwhile. Still no creepers. And all of the fences just lying around. Wait, the honey bottle makes sugar. I haven't found glass or glass bottles yet. But we know how to make sand. Because we can get sand from dead bushes. We can smelt that. And then we know how to make honey. So honey bottles could be crafted back into sugar. And from there we could get the cake. Haven't tried coarse dirt because I don't recall what gave us gravel, and I haven't been to a mega taiga where there's been coarse dirt. But that could be worth a try. Right, let's... First of all, let's break this, just in case it drops something amazing, which it didn't, but that's fine. Because I think these were still quite... Yeah, those had redstone in, so that was kind of interesting. But not wholly worth our time. Let's turn this into a boat, and let's actually go sailing. Of course, we don't need to break that. So we need to go and get some dead bushes from the nearest desert. Those will give us sand. We can smelt the sand, turn that into glass. I forget what dropped honey, but it was relatively available. I think it was red mushroom blocks. Ancient debris from Bastion loot. We had a bunch of Bastion loot earlier. I didn't see any debris in there. But that might be another thing worth attempting if we can. And yes, the boats drop boats, so we're fine. Okay, we got some dead bushes here. We got Savannah. Okay, great. Because these will give us sand. We also need to kill that horse, just to see if that drops anything. We haven't tried blocks of coal either. And the rabbits might drop something, but I think we tried killing one earlier and it didn't. Okay, you drop a birch fence gate. Good. Orange tulip was the one that dropped a poppy. Yes, of course. So yeah, this still works. Which means if we make another crafting table here, we can do this. We can do these. We need to find a red mushroom block. And there's some cows right here in case we get the sugar. There's red mushrooms in here, but not the red mushroom blocks. So we do need to go and find those. I think we need more bottles. We can make more. Okay, that should be fine. I don't have any bone meal to bone meal the mushroom. Would obviously be worth a try, but there'll be more roofed forests around everywhere because the biomes in the bingo map are pretty small. So there's another roofed forest over there we can go to. There's also a coral reef right here, which might just go ahead and drop something that we desperately need. I mean, there's bones here too, so we could always try that. Like 9 bones. We're coming very close to my time limit here, though. I do have to go and play Dungeons & Dragons. I say have to, like it's, oh, such an obligation. I am going to go and play Dungeons & Dragons with the 8-bit community a little bit later on. So if you guys are around and you feel like watching some D&D, then please do check that out over on twitch.tv/8bit_community. Yes, there's our honey. And we can't just... Oh, we can't throw that either. Let's throw the gold out. Amazingly, we don't need the gold. Yeah, there may be some adult language involved. Not usually from me, but you never know. And, yeah, just a heads up. Alright, honey bottles. That's sugar. Yes, amazing. Okay, cool. So let's craft a chest real quick, even though the chest is going to break down into something bizarre later. We also haven't had anything that dropped, like, shulkers or anything kind of vaguely like that, so... It's funny how little we've actually come across here. I'm going to keep it nighttime because then we can kill some more creepers for terracotta. But we need, first of all, 3 buckets. Can milk those cows. We've got the wheat, the sugar, and the eggs, so we are more or less good here. Come back, come back. I don't have a dandelion or a carrot. Actually, no, I have gold carrots. What am I doing? Oh yeah, I'm still wearing the dragon head. And I panicked it anyway because I hit it. Come back. Dirt. Fair enough. Alright, where are the cows? They were up here somewhere. Yeah, there's one. Perfect. So yeah, you get cows' milk from cows still. Thankfully, that is still a thing. Cake! We did it! In an hour and 47 minutes, we did it. Okay, so let's kill some creepers. And once we got the prismarine slabs we need, we should be able to make the pink glazed terracotta, and then all we need after that is the rabbit hide. But I think we're probably going to have to call it there without the rabbit hide, because, like, who knows what on earth would drop rabbit hide in all of this. We were very, very close, and I want to do this again. Because completing a run of this would be hilarious. Is it possible to find out what would have dropped rabbit hide afterwards? Only if we went into, like, creative mode or something and just, like, churned through a bunch of stuff. There isn't really a way to show, like to track how that stuff works. Like, there's no in-game, like, checklist or anything like that. Which would be an amazing way of presenting it. Like, if you had a, like, an advancements tab, like, tracker that said, like, what everything was. Because then you could kind of treat it like the way people do Link to the Past randomizers, you know, where they have something that tracks, like, what items they've got. But obviously, like, in Link to the Past, you don't need to worry as much about it. Alright, wolves drop pumpkin seeds, good to know. But, like, yeah, in Link to the Past, you only need to acquire each item once, so it's not the biggest of deals, whereas Minecraft is going to be a bit different. Kill the Enderman. They drop sticky pistons, as we found out earlier, but that's not going to help me right now. It was amazing earlier on, though. Break the sticky piston? I mean, I guess we could. There are so many other items I could break right now, though. Yeah, like, is a phantom gonna drop rabbit hide? That's the other thing. Like, so many conditional things about this game. Like, for all I know, the Wither drops rabbit hide, you know? Like, I've got a ton of stuff like this. That drops a shroom light. Like, all of these corals, you know. That one dropped, like, a bunch of horse armor and stuff. Like, there's just so much. There's all the different types of carpets and banners and all the infinite permutations of stuff that can be made of wood. Did the music disc loot table change? What do you mean? Like the creeper being shot by a skeleton? I think, bizarrely, that's one of the things that would stay the same about this. Because I haven't been getting a ton of music discs from, like, other things. Even the things that have dropped gunpowder. So I presume that's one of the things that would stay the same. Let's keep the terracotta and the pink dye in here. We need to kill this creeper and... Oh, there's a bunch more creepers over there. Perfect. Obviously, they're not going to drop things if they explode, so we need to actually kill them. Having fire aspect is really helping with the creeper farming thing, though. Having them take a little bit of extra damage really helps. Just one more and we should be good. Baby Husk is on my toes. Is it possible to find out what a parrot would drop? I mean, if we go and kill a parrot, sure. But, like... either way, it doesn't matter a whole lot. This guy's just going to drop scaffolding, because that's what Husks dropped earlier. Okay. Oh, wait a second. Combining that all into single blocks means it's only going to drop one at a time, right? Ah, okay. Thought I was being smart then, but I wasn't. It's really annoying that it doesn't take on the properties of double slabs, but I remember it did that earlier. It's fine, we can just kill some more creepers, it's not the biggest problem. I only need, like, what, 3 more? Doesn't help if they explode, though. There's one here. We can test out the skeleton thing. But they're all fighting now. I killed the drowned earlier, I forget what it dropped. But it wasn't worth it. Okay, so that should be enough prismarine now. We've got 1 terracotta in the chest already. This time we're going to lay these out side by side. Okay, and then we have 7. We got 1 in the chest, so that's 8. We can run away from these folks, craft it into pink. Oh wait, no, we need the crafting table for that. What am I thinking? Yeah, see the drowned just drops like, is that a crimson trapdoor? Pink terracotta, get that in the furnace. Okay, and we can basically declare ourselves the winner, give or take the rabbit hide, which who knows how we're going to get that. Probably not from this line of items. That's a bone block, that drops an emerald. Okay. Okay. Pink glazed terracotta speedrun, yeah. There we go, we got that. Alright, folks, I've been streaming for 2 hours. I need to go and eat something before D&D, so we are going to have to call it here, unfortunately. There is no way of knowing exactly what would have dropped rabbit hide here, so... Still a pretty good run. In 1 minute and 55... No, 1 hour and 55 minutes, not 1 minute and 55 seconds, imagine. That'd be better than my current PB. So in 1 hour and 55 minutes, we have managed to get hold of 24 of the 25 items when we didn't even know what anything dropped. So that's pretty spectacular, I gotta say. Let's break everything we've got in our inventory just in case any of it ends up being worthwhile, but I don't think it will. That's blazes. Let's turn this into pressure plate. Break that. There's carrots, there's light grey wool. More stone pressure plates, drops nothing. What does our pink glazed terracotta drop? Imagine if that led to the rabbit hide, that would have been wild. We've got tube coral. Can break that, turn it into acacia logs. That's more shipwreck loot. If buried treasure has rabbit hide in it. Eggs are just going to spawn more chickens like they usually do. Red concrete we know about. Orange concrete we don't. That's blue concrete. We never tried light blue concrete, did we? Try breaking the dragon head? We already did. We had like 3 of them earlier. Cracked polished blackstone bricks. Lapis block. Yeah, I remember this one. Can make iron doors. That's something we haven't encountered yet. We did iron trapdoors from something else. That's a blackstone slab. And I think we've done detector rail already. Yeah, that gives us a blast furnace. Okay, we've done that one. Dead brain coral. Gives us mossy cobble slabs. I think we've done this one too. Yeah, that's more birch wood. We could do that into birch planks, which I think we might have done already. Or black terracotta. We don't need to glaze that because we already found that in a dungeon chest. Birch stairs. We've already done blue terracotta as well because that was one of the other things. That leads to nothing. That's a dead end. Yeah, that's the same thing. Yep, I think... Yeah, while there are infinite permutations, like I said, of all of the different wood types and stuff, we are going to have to wrap this up here. But it's been a treat. It's been so fun. We've tried iron bars. We've tried warp wood stuff. We've tried all this kind of stuff. There are just so many items in this game and so little time. Like, we haven't seen what the Guardians or Elder Guardians would drop. We can't go to the Nether to get, you know, Striders or Piglins or any of that stuff, right? So, yeah, I think the only way we'd be able to do that is, like, if we found, like, the cat gift loot table, because that's one of those things like Hero of the Village that's actually randomized by this loot table pack. So we could have found cat gifts from a block. We could have found something that dropped rabbit hide that way. Again, there's multiple different ways we could have got some of these things, but I think we've done pretty well. We've done pretty well just randomizing it and getting that far in 2 hours. If you're interested in trying this out, Ginger has just dropped the rando command in chat, which will tell you which data pack and which bingo map we are running. They're both in 1.16.5 if you want them to be compatible, but the randomizer works in versions up to 1.18, so I recommend giving it a try in worlds that are not like your current survival world or whatever. That is where we're going to wrap things up for today. I'm going to be raiding somebody else who's playing Minecraft, but if you come back to the 8-Bit Community Twitch channel sometime in the next, like, however long, in like an hour probably, yeah, you'll get to see some Dungeons and Dragons being played. We're going to raid Sliced Lime today. I don't get the opportunity to raid Sliced very often. We can send the folks over to him. He's working on Legacy SMP. Looks like he's making a farm for mushroom blocks. Ask him if those mushroom blocks drop rabbit hide. And if he's seen what I'm doing, he might understand. If not, he's going to be very confused. Yeah, Boz is around as well, which is always nice. Always nice to see Boz. Folks, thank you so much for being here. Sorry, this has been a bit of a weird, scattered one. Thank you all for the subs and the resubs and everything. Vixen, California Moon, and Anastasia, thank you for coming in with the subs in the last 45 minutes or so. I'll be back on Tuesday with another Chopping Tuesday for you. You've got to work on that storage room, so stay tuned for that. Until then, mine is some Pixarus. I'll see you guys soon. Bye for now.